Hello, hello, hello. This is episode 70 of Transversing Freedom through Oneness. We have to traverse the outer world, the personal medium, the ego, the separate self, in order to experience freedom. And because of the number of years that we have lived as a separate self, there's going to be residual. There's going to be thoughts that come and go of a separate self, of thoughts that no longer mean anything because we have what would you say? Transgressed, transpired, transcended, moved on. But I don't think anyone permanently doesn't have a passing thought that happens as a residual because of the leftover years of an ego self or a personal self. In the last video, I talked about a personal and an impersonal self. And I encourage you to go back and listen to that last video. I would like to go on because there's so much that can possibly open up if we just allow ourselves to use a few new words. For those of us who've used the ego, as I said in the last video, we judge ourselves when we come from ego, but that's not necessary. All we have to understand is that we no longer want to live with dangerous toys. I love what the Course says when we're asked to give up the mental habits like anger and judgment and detach from conventional pleasures like power, fame, money, and physical pleasure, as is spoken of in the Manual for Teachers, Section 13, Paragraph 2, Section 6. When the Course says we're asked to give up sharp-edged children's toys in the workbook, things we like to play with, but just end up making us bleed. We're asked to abandon these things. And when God asks us to abandon these things, God is acting like a mother and father. And I'm here to say again that acting like a mother and a father is very, very necessary in the beginning when we're like hurt children and we're needing a personal love of a mother or a father who treats us with loving kindness. So there is a time, and I know I'm a little bit radical because there are some people who still insist on the point of view of what could you not accept if everything were gently planned for you. I agree, everything is planned. But what if we include the you as not a personal you? We don't know the exact words that Helen put down when she wrote that down. Maybe she meant the you is the you that is everyone's good. What could you not accept if you knew that it was for everyone's good, not you as a personal self? Helen Schuckman changed a lot of words to make sense out of them. So I believe we mustn't be legalistic. For me, in this time in my life, I like to think of not good and bad because that keeps us in the outer world of manifestation. This is good, this is bad. This is high, this is low. This is right, this is wrong. That's a fit from for the outer world. The impersonal is where the love of God is for me, is where the divine lies for me, in the impersonal. I'm not here to argue. That's not worth much. What I'm here is to perhaps explain, where do I find freedom in the words impersonal? Why does it have meaning rather than the personal good, my personal good? Oneness brings me to there is no separate self. Our only problem is a belief in separation. Once we let go the idea of a personal self, the idea of an ego, the idea of a separate self, it is not possible to have a separate good. Now, what if I'm going to set my alarm? I forgot to do that. So I'm going to have to guess. What if we were living from the impersonal? Then there would only be divine time, divine will. The script is written. No little caveats that are bringing in the personal self. Many of us know about a book out there that says that this person was able to avoid their destiny by having done forgiveness work. And that's why he did not have to be in an accident. I'm not sure where that idea got passed around. But to me, that's a distraction. What if we 100% relaxed into the impersonal? Then our fate is whatever it is. We say yes to what is. But we're only given that in present time, in our experience. There's only an experience of now. We have our memory, and so that appears as though it's a now when we remember our thoughts and our feelings. But we can't go back to what we remember. That's just a thought or a feeling. There's only now and now and now and now in our experience. Now, when we translate whatever happened to us through a personal self, now we're distorting. Now we're going to start to hurt because some things are good and some things are bad. When we start interpreting, then we bring in a personal self, and then the separate self starts hurting us. That thought, that feeling hurts us. What does the Course mean when there's only beliefs in separation, not real separation? Are you not then in the everything? What does it mean when the Course asks us to love everyone, even if you don't like them? To me, one of the most brilliant references are lesson 189. I've mentioned it many, many times. Come with holy, empty arms. Forget everything. And what are you left with when you forget everything? Let go your concepts. Let go your thoughts, your beliefs. And what are you left with? You're left with an emptiness that's full. You're left with a contentment. When you love everyone, what does that mean? So before we can love everyone, we have to dip into letting go of the personal. That means I let go of judgments. I let go of opinions. I let go of preferences. And each time I let go of a layer, I'm expanded into freedom. When I expand into the impersonal, I believe we then know the divine. The divine is in the impersonal. let's start out in getting filled with the personal. Somebody did something to us. Somebody disappointed us. Somebody hurt our feelings. Somebody dissed us, didn't respect us. Are you filled yet? Let's notice what we felt and more deeply go behind that hurt. The hurt is in the outer world, the focus on who did what and my feelings. Let's go back and back and back. How do we do that? We relax back into what knows, what is it that recognizes our feeling of what we thought was done to us. Where is it that you know what you felt? If you're pretty close to those feelings, you're still in the personal. So let's relax just a little further back. What is it that knows everything? What is it that has no opinion? What is it that wants nothing? What if you could let go of wanting respect? What if you could let go of getting a certain response? What if you had all the love that you've been seeking? What did you really want when you wanted to be beautiful or smart or approved of or respected? You wanted happiness, and you thought you'd get happiness through respect or through appreciation or through getting stuff, right? What if you already had respect, attention, appreciation, thoughts of acknowledgement, feelings of appreciation? Would you want money or appreciation or a connection with someone if you knew you'd be unhappy? Would you want the stuff anyway? Most of us wouldn't want it if we actually thought happiness was not that way. It was not through more stuff or more respect. We're all just looking for whatever we think would make us happy. But what if that happiness already existed inside of ourselves through emptiness, through letting go of any ideas of what we want? No more stuff, no more appreciation. What if it was all enough already? Let's imagine we are already everything that could have been needed. If we have everything and need nothing, no more, all is enough, Now breathe deeply. Breathe into this moment. I am enough. I have enough. I've been given enough. Nothing more is needed. Can you feel how the love of God is given to me now? It's given to everyone now, not because of my accomplishments or because of the personal, just from the I am. I am what God is. I am source. I am the divine. No fixing, no specialness. What is enoughness. Enough is the impersonal. What if that were what is given to us? Nothing more is needed. Many of us have been believing we could get love through the personal. And that was an error, I believe. We were still looking for more. Let's breathe into enough has been given. What would that be like? I don't need more. I don't need to be fixed. I don't need to have more. There's no fixing needed. There's no accomplishments needed. The divine will show us where to go, what to do, who to help, what to say. Because we're enough, we don't need to know ahead. We'll be told, but only if we let go of personal expectations and allow ourselves to be shown. Then it doesn't matter what our opinion is. Our opinion is the personal. I like this, I don't like that. What if all of that is unnecessary? If there's something to do, we'll be shown what that is. That is freedom. What's the difference in being attracted to unworthiness and fixing the self to be better and worth more versus okayness that's a given and nothing needs fixing? The personal self can never be good enough. The impersonal can be good enough and is good enough. How free would you be if that were true? What if more wasn't asked of you? You are enough just as you are. You'll be directed by the love of God in the impersonal. Would that be a relief for you? Or do you want repetition of the impersonal to judge yourself, repair yourself, be more, do more, have more? It's up to you. Your point of view will determine whether or not you do experience freedom or whether you need fixing. The love of God is within me now in the impersonal. We don't know how it will look. We know that it's available, not in specialness, not in an improvement, but in the freedom that's available in the impersonal. So try it out, if you will, and see if it makes a difference by saying, oh, is this an impersonal or a personal thought? Which one is it? Try it out. Is this personal? Ask yourself that. Which is it? When you're unhappy of a thought or a feeling, is it the personal or the impersonal? For me, if I can identify a thought as the personal, then for me, that's an oops. And I can let it go and ask instead for freedom in the impersonal. So I would love to hear from you. Any comments you have. Is this useful to you? Can you find freedom that way? Identifying freedom of speech, meaning freedom of the personal versus the impersonal. It's available to you now. Try it out and let me know. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye for now.